Dr. Thomas Godolkin had the potential to become one of the most compelling villains in the boys' universe, a manipulative mastermind whose ideology and actions could have rivaled those of Homelander or Stan Edgar. Unfortunately, he turned out to be a disappointing one-episode villain who died without leaving any real impact.
If you let everyone go, I won't kill you.
Well, that sounds like a really nice offer.
From the beginning of the second season, Godolkin was built up as an almost mythic figure, a co-founder of the soup system and a man whose work shaped generations of powered individuals. Looking back after watching this season, we now know that he was controlling Cypher, who seemed to be the villain of the season.
Yeah, should probably just end it, huh? You don't really think you're gonna stop me, do you?
Because he's finally out of my head.
Who's not in your head? Cypher?
No, there's no Cypher. This is him.
At this time, Godolkin was a severely burned man that could not move, but gained the power to control people, which allowed him to control the actions of Cypher during this season. Until the last 2 episodes of the season, we did not know this, and so when it turned out that he was the real villain after Marie healed his burns, it was expected that he would be dangerous. This was not the case. Cypher was a far more better villain than Godolkin could ever be.
If I heal you, can you help?
You healed me.
He's Cypher.
After being healed by Marie, Godolkin abandons the subtlety and intelligence that made him interesting. Rather than continuing to operate from the shadows, he devolves into a one-dimensional madman obsessed with culling the weak, not yet realizing that he was part of the weak. This shift is not only unoriginal but directly contradicts the grounded, manipulative nature he displayed earlier. Even worse, he ignores the warnings of Sister Sage, arguably the most intelligent soup alive, whose advice could have kept him alive and in power. More than likely, this is because he was under the false assumption that he was superior to Sage because of his beliefs. Sage's line that no one is more powerful than a man with nothing to lose proves prophetic, as Godolkin's restored body makes him complacent, arrogant, and stupid.
You're stronger when you were weaker.
Applying my own principles to myself, I'm accelerating my own evolution. I've never been able to control more than 2 at a time before.
No one is more powerful than a man with nothing to lose.
Look at this school. Look at these pathetic examples of supposedly superior beings.
What makes his downfall so disappointing is how utterly inconsequential it is. Godolkin doesn't kill a single major character, doesn't alter the balance of power in the world, and leaves behind no real legacy beyond a few lectures and a brief fight. He's defeated in a single episode by characters who are barely changed by his presence. For someone set up as a co-founder of the soup system, and potentially the true architect to some extremely dark experiments, his end feels insultingly rushed. There's no moral dilemma, no philosophical debate, no lasting fear of his influence. He simply dies, and the show moves on.
Heard about Godolkin, but I'm impressed. We could use you.
For what?
You want to join the resistance?
Ironically, Godolkin was far more terrifying when he was broken, hiding in the shadows, using Cypher as his puppet, struggling to survive after decades of torment. In that damaged state, he had clear limitations with what he could do with his powers, and this forced him to move more cautiously. Once healed, he lost all of that. His arrogance and short-sightedness replaced what intelligence he had, and for all his mockery of Homelander, in the one episode in which he came and died in, he became a far lesser version of the very man he sought to control.
If I'm strong enough to control one Odessa baby, that means I'm strong enough to control the other one.
Homelander.
Homelander is so fragile, he's so weak, that he cannot tolerate any competition.
This is not part of our plan.
Dr. Godolkin's story is a tragic waste of potential. He was reduced to a shallow, disposable antagonist whose death means nothing. Godolkin was a waste of time to watch, and looking back at the entire second season of Gen Phi, it would have been better to just have Cypher be the real villain. Godolkin was a bum and was shown to be at the very bottom of soup evolution.
He wants to kill every soup he thinks is weak.